Hello everybody, my name is Brett Jolly, and this is a segment, People Like Us, designed to help people understand regular people who have different circumstances that we may not know about. We tend to judge people on the surface from what we see and what we hear, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's who they are. A perfect example is my good friend here, Alex. Alex, say hi.
Hello, how's everyone?
Listen, he has a story to tell, and we want to make sure that today we actually tell that story. First off, how have you been, and what have you been up to?
Well, I've been okay. I've been recently sick, diagnosed with some chronic diseases and stuff, but kidney problems and cancer and stuff, but
Really?
headaches and stuff like that, high blood pressure, some things that we have to work on as people, getting in control. As far as the things we eat and stuff like that, because all these things are already inside our bodies, so we have to change how we eat and how we focus on living.
Yeah, that is very true. I've known a lot of people who have ignored those signs and unfortunately paid the price for them.
Not me.
Okay.
I'm paying the price for it, but God got me though.
Gotcha. Okay, that's a beautiful thing, and I like to hear that. And speaking of God getting you, your story or what you have been through, what can you tell me about your life in general that you think the audience will?
Well, it's been, I had a family, had my own house. I was living with my children. I was living with my mom, my girl at that time. Then I was incarcerated for 18 years for something I didn't do. There was evidence to prove my innocence. And the attorney I had, which was a public defender, didn't follow the evidence. What he actually did was hide the evidence and withheld the evidence. He never talked to my alibi witnesses. He never objected to certain things that was going on in the trial, which was a tainted jury, because the jury was actually, they knew the family.
Wow. Okay.
Some of the jurors knew the family.
Okay.
And the judge only dismissed some of the jurors,
Really?
but didn't dismiss the whole jury. And the witness wrote a letter stating that someone else did the crime, and my lawyer withheld their evidence after the district attorney gave them, right here, and my lawyer didn't present it in the trial. Another thing that happened at the trial was when I first met my lawyer, when he came to see me, he said, "You guilty and you're going to be found guilty."
He said that to you?
He said that directly to me the first day I seen him. After that, the lawyer, I went to the judge. I said, "Your Honor, for the record," I said, "For the record, Your Honor, listen." He said I was guilty, going to get found guilty, and I said, I want another lawyer. The judge said to me, straight out that, "Denied. Whatever y'all two talk about is between y'all."
Really?
Yes. So it's a lot of things that occurred during that situation that, it didn't need to happen. The letter, the alibi witnesses, the tainted jury, all this stuff came to light and nothing was done. The lawyer didn't do anything. And my lawyer had MS. He couldn't even control the situation as far as him being my lawyer.
Okay.
So he came to me with a deal. He said they offer you 6 to 12 years. I said, I'm not taking 6 to 12 years for something I didn't do. Y'all have no evidence against me or nothing. Plus, and this before trial even started. And he was just like, well, I think it's a good deal. I said, well, I'm taking the stand then. He said, no, you can't take the stand. I said, well, how you gonna tell me I can't take the stand when I only have one felony against me? That was receiving stolen property. I'll be a good witness for myself.
Right.
So the judge denied me to take the stand.
Really?
Yeah, I have it all on record. See, the thing is about when you are a black man or a brown man,
Okay.
and a white man get charged with the same crime, there tends to be leniency against them instead of us. I wound up with 13 and a half to 30 years for something I didn't do. I spent 18 years in that incarcerated. The judiciary system is not built for us.
Okay. Was this a court-appointed attorney?
Yes, a public defender.
Really?
At the time. Right.
Okay. So if it's if the court hooked this thing up, how how often does something like this happen for people who are brought up on charges?
All the time.
Really?
All the time. Most of the time when we are incarcerated, the first thing they do is come with this high deal. Say that they might come with, or they gonna offer you, say like if you got a homicide or rape charge, whatever, they may come, or they gonna offer you 40 to 80 years or 60 to something years, right? And when they do that, you be like, no, I ain't taking that. But then they'll come back with a lower deal. Because the district,
They just want to get a conviction.
the defenders will say to them, they'll say to you, well, you know, they got came back with another deal, knowing what the deal from the beginning. We coming back with another deal. This time we offering you 15 to 30. So think about it. Instead of taking the 40 to 50 years, you gonna take what?
You're going to take the best deal you can
You
get.
take the best one you can get. But knowing that well, they don't have enough evidence against you to even prosecute you. They have no evidence against me.
Okay, so basically you're put in a position where they're telling you that you're guilty, and your own people, your lawyer's telling you that you're guilty,
Yeah.
and you can't get out of it because you're basically being railroaded. So you served your time.
I served 18 years of the 30 years.
Okay.
Now I'm on parole. Now I'm fighting because I'm actually in the integrity unit now. The integrity unit is saying, okay, you have information that we can help you with. But since you don't have a lawyer, we can't help you. You have to present, your lawyer have to come in and present this stuff to us even though we have it. Because we're not your lawyers. Now the integrity unit is something that happened down that started in Texas.
Okay.
The Larry Krasner is the one that started it here, which they don't like because the integrity unit is getting a lot of innocent people out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
See, a lot of people look at the Innocence Project, but if there's no DNA when it comes to innocence and you need proof, you can have all the proof you want, but the Innocence Project is different. But Larry Krasner in his integrity unit is saying something. Listen, we know there's a lot of people innocent.
Right.
We know there's people that don't belong in there. I've met so many men that's incarcerated that's actually innocent.
Wow, that's incredible. So does that mean that basically justice as you know it, does it really involve justice, or does it involve justice if you could have the money to afford a lawyer? Or good lawyer? Because obviously it sounds like a court-appointed attorney doesn't work for people who can't live.
Let's put it this way. If you ain't paying a lawyer, you going to jail. Unless you might come across a lawyer that's coming straight out of school, that's trying to make a name for himself. Certain lawyers will fight for you. You got lawyers in the defender's office that'll fight for you. But a lot of them don't. A lot of them, you gotta just think about this. Y'all think about this right here. The district attorney worked for the city. The public defenders work for the city. When they get their check, what does it say on their check?
It goes to a place.
It say the same place. It say the same exact thing. They work for the same people. They work for the city of Philadelphia.
They're in the same boat together.
That's right. They in cahoots with each other to do anything. Now, when you sit up there and you try to fight them, because when they took the time bar and started time barring us, look what happened. You have more people that's incarcerated within the United States than anywhere else in the world.
Now, explain that to us. Time bar. What does that
Time bar, that means if you have to put in all these appeals at a certain period of time, within a year's period of time. Sometimes within a 2 years period of time. And if you don't put it in, if you miss time, if you miss within that time to put in your appeal or whatever like that, you lost.
Really?
Only time you can come back in is you got newly discovered evidence.
And you got to depend on a lawyer to do that for you, right?
You can do it, but it's hard to get it on the pro se thing. The pro se is mean when you file for motions and all that kind of stuff. You defending yourself. Now, if I was the kind of person that knew the law at that time, I would object to a lot of things that my lawyer was doing, because my lawyer was telling me during the time of my trial, don't exclude her, keep her because she's black. Don't do that. So while I'm in trial, I started crying. The judge asked me, why are you crying? I said, because I'm an innocent man. Y'all got me on trial for something I didn't do. My lawyer take me in the back, right? Now, right there alone, when the judge seen me crying and I was breaking down inside what's name, I should have been 302 mentally. Mentally, I should have been evaluated by a psychiatrist.
So why didn't that happen?
They did not. They never asked. My lawyer never asked. He took me in the back and said, listen, you got to stop crying. His name is Wayne Jordan from the Public Defender's Office. My judge was Gwendolyn Bright. And she never listened to me. Everything that the district attorney was doing, he wasn't objecting to anything. Really? After those arguments, he started talking about a CD that somebody gave him. What that and it had nothing to do with it.
What would that have to do with you?
Exactly. He said the CD. But the thing is, when we are incarcerated, and listen to it, when we are incarcerated, and you're incarcerated for something that you ready to do, you know, it's hard to get out of it. You're guilty and get found not guilty until you get found not guilty. Every black man that comes across the judiciary system is guilty.
So it's guilty until proven innocent.
Until proven innocent, right? So they can say all that they want to. They can say all that. They sit there and talk about, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. So how you gonna separate? You always talk about state and religion is separated, but you sitting there talking about the Bible in the courtroom. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everything that they want to do to us, they try to turn it around. Whereas though, and people look at us like we villains and hurt people and go around doing things to people, and it's not true. It's not true. I'm one of the nicest guys you can meet.
I was gonna say, since when I saw you, and let you guys know, comes to my open mic event. I was like, I said, I hadn't seen him in a long while. I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
But one thing I know, and everybody else knows, is that you are one of the nicest guys that you can possibly know.
Exactly. And like when I got locked up, a lot of people was like, hell, you don't do nothing but sing. I sing, I help people, I do all these things, but yet still the system is so broken. It's so broken, like, I haven't seen my children, my youngest ones, since they was 2, 1, and 1 month old. Now they're 20, 19, and 18. They still haven't seen them. Because how the system treated me, they took my children from me. Because how they treated me. And the difference between a man and a woman is because they always try to reunification a child with their mother before the father. They treat us like shit when it comes to reunification with our children. Mm-hmm. Now, believe me, everybody needs their mother and everybody needs their father. Mm-hmm. You can't change that. But the system is so broken that it doesn't do anything to help men.
That's absolutely incredible. I'm going to ask this question. If you had the power to change the system, the justice system, considering what you've been through, what would you do?
I'll scrap everything.
Everything?
I'll scrap everything that's there and put in the system and redo the whole system.
Really?
I will redo the whole system. People need to be treated fairly, not because of the color of your skin.
Right.
And the laws that they put in there. The book that David Rudowski wrote, it's an appeals book. And if you know who he is, he's a lawyer out of Philadelphia, his law firm, named David Rudowski. He shows you how to go about writing appeals and stuff. And a lot of us don't know the law.
I'm going to say,
so
shouldn't.
We can't change the law if we don't know the law. Because a lot of people, when we go in there and we try to fight for ourselves and write briefs and stuff like that, we always look for the case law that help this person get out. Right. What y'all have to start doing is start looking at the case laws, whereas though the case laws that how people lost their case. And that way you won't make the same mistake. Oh, he did that when he filed his brief, so I'm not going to do that. So you filed the other way. What we have to do is start using their language. And see, in their language, they don't want us to use their language.
Right, I got you.
When we start using their language and the briefs and stuff, they don't want you in the courtroom. They don't want us in the courtroom.
Wow. That is absolutely incredible. Because of something like that, now that first off, what were your feelings when you finally got out? Was it a lot of resentment? Was it a lot of anger? Was it relief? What did you feel?
Listen, I had a friend that stuck with me the whole time, Stacy McGee.
Stacy, yes.
Whole time. He's a friend of mine. Real good guy. My godmother stuck with me. I'm talking about all the way through. And my feelings were, I'm out of here, but I'm not going to stop. I can't get the 18 years back that I lost.
Right.
But that don't mean I'm going to stop fighting to get all of this off my back. because most of the time people come home, they just forget. Oh, I did the time. I ain't worried about it anymore. You can't do that. You cannot forget what they did to you. The system up there, when you locked up in the mountains or in the state, even at the Phoenix, you're treated bad. Most of them CEOs up there, they might come out here and sit up there and talk about how they treat people and we treat them good up there. No, they don't. They don't do none of that, man. Wow. They treat us worse than some people in the street treat us.
That's incredible. And since you have that stigma associated with you now, how difficult is it for you now to try to endure or persevere in this world now that you're free?
Actually, I've been doing pretty good.
Okay.
Because I don't be in nobody's way.
Gotcha.
I don't, I'm trying to make things better for myself. See, because one thing that a lot of people do, they go back to the same thing and act the same way they used to act. Being up there taught me how to be stern and honest with myself and don't take no crap.
Good.
Don't take no crap. You can still be stern and honest but not be aggressive.
Gotcha.
Because up there, I had my troubles up there with the guards more than the inmates.
Really?
Yes. I used to go on hunger strikes up there. I used to go on, literal 30 days, 60 days, 90-day hunger strikes. And that's the only time they care, when the captains and the superintendents. That's because when you go on hunger strikes, it has to go up central office up Camp Hill. You see what I'm saying? But the food up there is even worse. Really? The food up there, when I came home, I found out I had parasites.
Really? From the food?
From the food. It was from upstate. And I stayed in the hospital for 2 weeks on antibiotics, liquid antibiotics. Every 4 hours, it was getting pumped in me. And you have some chaplains up there. I met a chaplain up there called Chaplain Comic in the Phoenix. I met him at Cole Township first. And he heard me sing. And he was like, you got it. He said, but you got to surrender. And I asked him, I said, how can I surrender dealing with all of this? All of this. He said, it's not about them. It's about you. So I had to take myself out of my comfort zone and do what I do best. And that was singing.
And you're a great singer. And by the way, I'm going to let you guys know, this guy is an absolutely great singer. It's a pleasure to hear him again, especially after all this time. He was a great singer back in the day. And if you guys haven't heard him, usually sometimes you'll find him at the Crab Tavern on Wednesday nights for an open mic thing, and it's a pleasure to have him. At this point, what is left for you? What are you hoping to accomplish now that you've got to this point? What's left for you?
Well, I want a family.
Gotcha.
I want to be married. I just want to take care of my family.
Right.
I have 6 children. I have 5 grandchildren and 1 great grandson. And I have a friend in my life. She's real nice and stuff. Okay.
So it sounds like the possibility is there.
Things have to occur first. I'm not rushing. I tried to rush it when I first came home, but I had to understand how she feels.
Go a certain procedure, right?
Yes, a certain procedure dealing with coming home, and especially jumping into a relationship. And just come home after 18 years. That's what you want. But I had to get an understanding that that's not how things work now. Gotcha. Unless you just want you a hoochie mama. I don't want that. I think she's the right one for me. I just have to be patient and just listening. But it's like, and she understands my situation.
Okay, beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? And we've been there for each other, and she's a beautiful person.
Well, considering that, now, you have a chance to talk to these people, because a lot of people don't see this. What message would you want to tell them about you and who you really are, as opposed to what you've been through? Do you have a message for them?
What I can say is, if you're a family man and you know that you're a good person, keep yourself away from negativity. Keep yourself away from people. When you're with somebody, if you say you're with a woman, and she give you, or your mom might say, I don't think you should be with that person. Us as men are stubborn.
Yes, we are.
You know what I'm saying? And when you're a stubborn man, and when your woman or your mom or somebody close to you be like, that's not a good look for you, pay attention. Listen to what they're saying. Because what they're saying most of the time is true. That's how you get caught up in stuff. That's how I got caught up in something. Being around somebody, even though I wasn't there, being around somebody that my girl told me at that time, don't trust him. You see what I'm saying? And it happened,
right.
And I didn't take heed to it.
And you paid the price for it.
And I paid the price for it.
Okay.
And now, and having a family is wonderful. Being with one woman is wonderful. Don't never take it for granted that you need 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5 women. How can you even manage that? You know?
Right.
How can you manage that? You just gotta be yourself, you know? And everybody know who I am. Everybody just give me a microphone.
That's right.
I done wrote 9 books. I done wrote over 700 songs. Being incarcerated, it wasn't a good thing for me, but it was a perfect thing for me at the time because I probably wouldn't have accomplished the things I had accomplished when I was up there.
There you go.
Writing them books and writing them.
So there's some positivity out of it.
You have to think positive. I was writing 20 songs a day.
Really?
That's everything that was cluttered inside me. I just feelings and everything. I just put it on paper. I can show you what's upstairs right now.
Really? Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. This is what we're talking about that. And I think that's great. I think that's absolutely. I want people to know what you got coming. You got an event coming up, right?
Yeah.
Please tell us about that.
February 11th, this Saturday, I'm having an evening with me. I have a friend of mine named Raina coming, and I have a couple surprise guests. I have a comedian coming. It's at the New Barbers Hall at 1402 Oxford Street. Also, we're going to be giving away Victoria's Secret will be there, giving away gift bags. Bath and Body Works will be there, giving away gift bags. And Lip Gloss by Layla will be there, giving away gift bags. Also, it's going to be an open buffet for 2 hours from 8 to 10. It's going to be live entertainment. It's going to be streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, under Smurf Productions, and on the radio.
I love
And
it.
also, the ticket's only $15. Only $15. So myself and Barbara's Hall is giving this. Mr. J, I love you, Mr. J. I love you to death. And the Right Time Players will be playing. Of course, Stacy McGee, Vernon, Dash, and the brother named, what's the drummer name? I forgot his name.
Tim?
Dave? I think it's Dave.
Dave? Okay.
I forgot his name. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. But and also it's going to be an after party for free at the 800 Lounge. That's going to be at 5th and Fern Street, Fern. So we're going to have a good time. So y'all come on out and just have some fun. And we're going to be interviewing and stuff. Smurf Productions is going to be live doing their podcast, and everything will be live that night. But let me say something, man. Being incarcerated, man, and being locked up, if you don't have family, if you don't have that support, and I've seen people without the support, and being me who I am will help, you know. Having support for people, they need it. They need it. Because you have certain people that will care, but the system has changed now from the time I was locked up to the time I came home. First, people cared. People fed each other. People looked out for each other. And it's changed and people don't do that no more. And it's a sad situation, you know. God blessed me with so many things, so I had to bless other people at that time when I was incarcerated. And it hurts so much to see people go through what they went through. It's messed up, bro.
It is. But that's one of the reasons for having this interview. Because what I want people to know right now at this point, I want them to know those people who want to reach out to you and even talk to you. How can they get in contact with you? Or what can they do?
They can just call me. You know, I don't have Facebook and all that stuff like that.
Really? Why not?
I just don't. I came home with it. You're sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I came home with it, and when I put some of my book on there, it started getting overwhelming. Feedback started coming from all over the world. And they was like, when it's coming out, when it's coming out. I said, it's too much because I just came home. It wasn't even a week.
Right.
And I just said, I can't do this, not right now.
I understand. So would it be okay to put your number on it? Okay.
445-208-8091 if you want to contact me. But listen, a lot of people up there need help. A lot of people, y'all got to understand something. All these politicians out here, the only time you can see these politicians is when it's time to vote. You call any politician right now and you won't be able to talk to them. But when it's time to vote, they want to throw block parties. They got money sitting up there. They got all that money sitting there that you can go get. It's money. The state senators, the city councilmen, the state representatives, all of them have money for us that you can have. It's actually your money. But they don't want to give it to you because they split it up among themselves. That's what the money is for, the communities. Look at Kensington. Why is Kensington still looking like that? Why is it still looking like that? Why is our neighborhood still looking like the way they look? Because they don't care. The politicians only care about sitting up in them offices. We just had a governor that was probably one of the best governors that we had. Wolf. We got one of the best lieutenant governors that I think ever came in Pennsylvania. John Fetterman. Now he's sitting up there in the Senate. Think about it. Them two was the kind of people you could actually talk to. Any of these other guys that's sitting up here, these women that's sitting up here, all up in these offices and stuff like that. Oh, let me take that back. Because Miss Joanne McClinton of 60th and Letlow, she's the one to talk to. Y'all want somebody to talk to? Go up there and talk to her. She works for the community. She works for us. She's a pastor. She knows how to get things done. Because I needed to get out the halfway house out of Chester, PA, guess what? In 2 days, she had me back in Philadelphia. So her name is Miss Joanne McClinton of 60th and Letlow. And I'm telling you, she works for the people. But the rest of them, that's on y'all. Y'all got to deal with that.
Oh, wow. This has been absolutely fantastic. This is actually our first interview, and I'm so glad about that. This man here, like I said, I hadn't seen him for a while. When I finally saw him, it was like, I figured something happened because I hadn't seen him in a long while. But one thing about him is, you can kind of feel a person's good nature, and I felt it with him. And and I said to myself, you know what, we need to do an interview, and I want to get his story. And he presented it today like crazy, man. Thank you so much.
Well, right now I'm just trying to get an attorney,
Okay.
get the fees up for an attorney, so I can go back to the integrity unit
Okay.
and get myself out of everything.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to raise right now, the money for the attorneys.
And think about this, right? This is from a man who's already served time. He could basically just leave it all go, but he's still fighting for himself. That, to me, says a lot. I don't know what it says to you. But he gave you his information. If you want to contact him, please do so. It has been my absolute pleasure and honor. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
This joke is going out. All right? This is Alex. All right? Just known as Alex. And you get a chance, come here and sing. You're at the Crab Tavern, 201 North McDade Boulevard from 8 to 12 in Darby, Pennsylvania. And also to see him Saturday at
New Barbers Hall, 1402
Yes.
Oxford Street.
There you go.
This Saturday. Come on through. This Saturday.
There you go. Thank you all so much. As I said, this is people like us. And I'm Brett Jolly. This is Alex. Thank you all so much and have a blessed and an awesome day.
God bless.